What the hell is that, bro? What the hell was that game, bro? We steal another win, man. Barcelona 2, Girona 1. We get up out of there with a late winner from Araujo. Uh, man, what a fucking game that was, bro. And I don't really mean that in a positive way. Like, that was an absolute mess, bro. Like, that game was really a mess. Another subpar performance. That's like three in a row now where you look kind of crazy. There were stretches of that game where we looked a mess, bro. And yeah, I mean, yeah, they say no such thing as a bad win, but bro, that's about as close as you could get to one, bro. If that is, you feel me? Like that shit was rough, bro. I'm gonna give you the beam, but yeah, man, we get much needed 3 points going into the Clasico next week, and I don't, man. Look, I'm gonna keep it a beam, bro. It might, hey man, I'm not feeling confident at all going into that game at all. Like, not at all, bro. That might be a rough one. But hey, we'll get into all that later. But yeah, much needed 3 points. In a game that, like I said, like very up and down, and the downs were very low. You feel me? It was some rough stretches in that game, but we can get into the lineups. Obviously, half the fucking team is dead, so this is kind of a lineup that it was like, I mean, we kind of had to throw together some players that weren't typically in the starting 11. I guess, well, just Tony Fernandez. But yeah, we'll get into that now. Chesney and that, obviously. Jules Koundé, right back. Cabarsi, center back. Eric Garcia next to him. And then we went Balde, left back. And then we went Casado, Pedri, and De Jong, who really started as like it looked like a 4-3-3. Like, I wouldn't even say either of them was really playing too much as a 10. It looked like really more of a three-man midfield, which was nice to see because I do think long term this is a 4-3-3 team. Like, I think that just suits the talent we have in midfield, a 4-3-3. Like, I don't know if like a natural 10 is going to. So obviously, I love Fermin, and he's going to be a big part of going forward, and he'll play games in and out. But I think obviously with Bernal at 6. And then Pedri and Gavi playing off of him, or De Jong, who's been like great or whatever. That's more like what I'm looking for in the midfield. And then out wide, we had Lamine Yamal and Rashford. And then we went Tony Fernandez for his first start at 9. And yeah, I mean, there was really no other option today. Like, half the team being dead, like, you kind of had to like give him a start. It was either him or I guess you could have went Rashford at 9, and then you could have went like, I don't know, maybe Dro, like we saw him start before, or put Fermin. I don't think Fermin was quite ready to start today though, because he came in as a halftime sub. But yeah, it wasn't really too many options with Ferran and Lewandowski both being injured, and Danny Olmo. So that's the 11 we went with today. And yeah, man, the first half we really came out putting belt to ass. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Like, at the beginning, it looked like we were gonna go out dominate. Maybe we needed an international break, got us sharp, got us our energy back. And yeah, like, I don't know what happened after the first like 20 minutes. Well, all right, so going to the first like 20 minutes, like I said, we're dominating, got all the ball. Girona can't touch the ball. They can't get out their own half. And Petri scores a beautiful goal. Lamine Yamal plays him inside the box. He kind of like dribbles past like 3, does like shot fake, slips it in far post. It was a beautiful goal on his left foot. And yeah, from there you're thinking we might just run away with it. Like, we were just completely dominant. That was the 13th minute, and we were all over them at the beginning. And then yeah, like I said, after like the 20th minute, bro, it was just more of this high line nonsense, bro. And this high line reared this ugly head. The negatives of this high line reared this ugly head again. And bro, I kept watching the game, and I've said this over and over and over. And like, bro, I kept watching the game, and they're like, it's not the high line. Like, these midfielders just got to press more aggressively. Like, they just got to get. And it's like, bro, again, for the 20,000th time, I say this every video, I feel like now, bro. These are not robots. These are human beings, bro. Like, you cannot just freaking all out sprint every single time you lose the ball until you get it back, bro. Like, you're going to players are going to burn out. And every game, it keeps rearing its ugly head, bro. And that's what I'm saying. This is Girona. Like, I don't want to say outplayed, because we probably had more of the ball, we probably more of the shots or whatever, but that's a game we really probably should have lost to Girona, bro. Another game where they were just frying us, and out of possession, we looked a mess. And it felt like every time in the first half that they got the ball, they were creating a chance and somebody was running through on goal. Like this was just an absolute mess. And then they get their goal, of course, off all the fucking easy chances they could have had. They get their goal off a fucking Alex Witzel fucking overhead kick, bro. Like I don't even know, but yeah. So that's 1-1. They end up scoring there. I forgot what minute that was. Probably like the fucking that was the 20th minute. So that was not too long after our goal. And yeah, the rest of the half is just kind of like us looking a mess. And they had maybe three or four cleared like chances through on goal they should have put away. We should have went in the half down at least like 3 or 4 to 1. And it was really just a mess. And we go into half 1-1. We bring on what you call at halftime Fermin, and Fermin looked pretty good in the second half. He just brought us some more energy. You know Fermin, he gonna come in, bring energy, run around, press, do all that shit. And yeah, I thought he looked pretty good. And we bought Tony Fernandez off, who like I guess looked decent. He wasn't really too much involved. He was at false nine today, and yeah, he looked decent. I guess like had a couple quick 1-2s combinations, one touch passes and shit that looked cool. But like I said, he wasn't really too much involved. Wasn't getting on the ball too much. Not a natural false nine. More of a natural probably 10 or like playing off the right a bit. But yeah, I didn't think he looked like terrible or nothing. He just wasn't really involved. And yeah, that was kind of that. And then the second half, I feel like was maybe a bit better. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't quite as Girona had their chances, but I felt like we had things maybe a bit more under control in the second half. And yeah, and I feel like the last like 30 minutes was pretty much us having a lot more of the ball and just trying to break them down. And in like the 60th minute, we end up bringing off Lamine Yamal, off Pedri, and who obviously, I mean, are like our two best players, and they were like also, I'd say two of our more threatening players today. And obviously, Pedri grabs a goal. I say Lamine Yamal was like doing, typical stuff that he does. Obviously, like a lot of our chance creation is gonna kind of go through him and stuff like that. But yeah, like we bring both of them off, and I'm kind of looking like, bro, how are we about to score this goal? We bring on Rooney, and then we bring on Christensen, and we pull Eric Garcia, who obviously started center half, pull him in the midfield, and I'm like, that's a pretty like defensive minded sub for us needing a goal, like the fuck. And like I said, it's just more of us trying to break them down, can't break them down. And then at the end, we bring on fucking Araujo as striker, and I forgot who he came in for. He came in for I don't even remember who the fuck did he come in for. I think it was Casado. Yeah, I think he came on for Casado. And we brought in Gerard Martin for Balde. Because I remember at one point in like the fucking 80th minute, before we had scored, we had 6 defenders on, bro. And we need a goal. It's 1-1. And we bring on fucking Gerard Martin and Araujo. So in a 1-1 game in like the 80th minute, we had Araujo, Christensen, Eric Garcia, Gerard Martin, Jules Koundé, and I think I'm missing somebody else. Oh, and Cabarsi, yeah. We had all 6 of them on the field at one time. And I'm kind of like, man, what the hell? And we end up playing Araujo at striker. And it was kind of crazy because I felt like we just kept whipping in crosses. Obviously, we had no, like, real, like, presence in the box. No real, like, big physical striker to get on the end of crosses or whatever. And we were, like, kind of whipping in a lot of crosses. I feel like right when we bring in Araujo, the crosses kind of stopped. And he was just out there, like, I don't know, like, not really getting too many chances or whatever. But yeah, we bring in Araujo as striker, and to be completely honest, he looked half decent. Like even his like general play, he had a like couple good touches on the ball. Like he had like a couple good passes, like one touch passes, like flick ons to other players and shit. Like I actually thought he looked half decent to be honest. But yeah, and then he grabs a late winner off a cross in from De Jong and really like a poacher's finish. Like that shit was a crazy finish. And yeah, we get out of there with a 2-1 win in a game that really was a mess and that we easily could have lost. And yeah, overall, not really a very like good performance. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a game like I for the fucking billionth time we really probably should have lost, and kind of falls in line with our performances as of late and hasn't. You don't really see a shift. You were hoping kind of coming off the international break, we just needed to rest. And nah, it kind of looked like more of the same. We were just able to sneak up out of here with a win today. Um, yeah, like I said over and over, this flick shit is like really just I don't know, man. Like You just can't keep expecting these midfielders to just like run around like chickens with their head cut off and non-stop sprint until they win the ball back every time we lose possession, bro. Like, and it's more and more and more and more. It just keeps rearing its ugly head that, hey, man, maybe these players are getting a bit burnt out. But we'll see how it goes. Obviously, much needed 3 points, big win. Got to keep pace with Madrid. They play tomorrow, and then we got them next week in the Clasico. Like I said, not looking forward to that at all with the run of form we've been in, and with the way our back line is getting exposed, and with the form that Mbappe's in, bro, that shit could get ugly, man. I'm gonna keep it at being with y'all, bro. That could get really bad, like. But hey, we'll see how that goes next week. We got midweek game, obviously, back in the Champions League. This week, who do we play? Let me check that. Oh yeah, Olympiacos. Yeah, if we can't win that, I don't even know what to say, bro. I'm gonna keep it a being with y'all, but yeah, got Olympiacos on Tuesday, and yeah, man. Like I said, overall though, another subpar performance. Hopefully, this midweek game against Olympiacos, we can kind of put belt on niggas and kind of turn things around going into the Clasico. But on to Champions League, bro.